So, I've actually got for you 9 habits that are destroying your confidence. And we're going to go through every single one of them because I want you guys to have the game that you need. So, the first habit that you've got is that you care too much about what people think. And that is a big problem. If people's opinions are more valuable, then I always say, than what the Lord has said about you, you have a very big problem. You've essentially made those people your God. The long and short of it, you've made them your God because what they've said about you is taken precedent in your life. It's taken a big chunk of your life away. A lot of people actually believe people's opinions about them over even what God has said about them, number one, but even after what they think about themselves as well. So that destroys your confidence a lot, especially if the people are saying things that are quite negative about you. If they're saying things that are, not that nice about you, if they've said that you're a certain way, you can start to believe that and you can start to internalize that. And that will literally become a self fulfilling prophecy because you've actually decided to listen to the opinions of other people. Now, why I said the word decided is because that is a choice. It is a choice for you to either believe them or not. The choice is yours. And I want you to take back that control because a lot of times people try and give the control elsewhere, but you actually have the control within yourself. You need to actually decide whether or not to listen to this or not. And I'm not saying all opinions are bad. Some people's opinions are quite good about you if they're perceiving you in the correct light as well and they're true and honest about you, those opinions can be good. So one thing that I actually always say to people is if someone says something about you, take the information they've said and compare it to what God has said about you or what you know about yourself. If that information is very different, very off, especially about what God has said about you, disregard that information. That's not true. That is not true. And it shouldn't take another second of your day for you to even think and ponder on that thought. So I do that exercise regularly. If someone says something about me, I take what they've said, I compare it to what God has said about me, and I compare it to what I already know about myself. And if it's sounding fake, some people bringing out fake news. Some people bring out fake news about you. Then I disregard it. I don't pay it any more mind. It's taken up too much of my time already. So that's the very first habit that you have that is destroying your confidence. The second one is that you actually hate yourself. You actually hate yourself because you speak so negatively about you. You're the most negative person to yourself about yourself. So I've actually concluded that as you possibly hate yourself. You might not know it. You might think you like yourself because you give yourself self care day here and there. You buy yourself a nice bag or you buy yourself some nice eyewear like these. Um, but what you're saying to yourself is very negative, very damaging. And you don't know that you listen to yourself a lot. Your subconscious is always listening. Every single time you say something about yourself that's quite negative, your subconscious is always listening. So the more you continuously say bad things about yourself, having that pessimistic mindset, over time, your confidence just drops down because you're very negative towards yourself. So the opposite of that, very simple, just stop it. Just stop being negative to yourself. Just be more positive and honest with yourself. And the less pessimistic you are, you need to change from being pessimistic to optimistic. That would really help you out. So that is the second one that I have for you. And I'm going very, very fast. Okay. The third one is comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. And that's not a Bible quote, but I do have a Bible quote for this one specifically. When you spend your time comparing yourself to somebody else, a lot of people will look at someone's IG post and the girl or the guy or whoever you're looking at, they're looking beautiful, they're done up, they've got their best dress on, and you're sitting in the dark with your bonnet on and you're crying and saying, why is my life not like that? They've probably posted that picture and they're also in their bonnet as well. Like, don't let someone's highlight. Don't look at someone's highlight and compare it to your 24 hours. That is a highlight of their day. That's even a highlight of maybe they're on holiday and they're showing you your best self. Don't compare that to your 24 hours because you have a glimpse of someone's life and you think that's it's like that all the time. That is not the truth. And the more you compare yourself to other people, you're actually neglecting all the good and positive things that are about you. And instead, you're actually basing your time and energy focusing on comparing yourself to other people, which is not cute. You're wasting your time. And like I said, I've got a Bible verse. I've got it out already with my serious Bible. Actually, it's Galatians 6, verse 4. And it says, "But let each one examine his own work, and then he will have rejoicing in himself alone and not being in another." So I really like that verse. You can read Galatians in your own time, but that's the one that I want to focus on. I really like that verse because it says that examine his own work. You are too busy examining everyone else's work. And I know there's another verse, I can't think of it now. I might drop it when I think about it. It's telling you to mind your own business. Respectfully, mind your own business. You're focusing too much of your time and attention comparing it to other people. You're not examining your own work. If you really examined your own work, you'd realize you don't have time to compare to other people. You literally don't have the time at all in the world. I'm just checking my mic because I had that disaster a few weeks ago and I have to make sure we're still rolling. We're still rolling. Yeah. So if you examine your own work, you realize that you actually don't have time. You don't have time to be focused on other people because you're too busy working on what you're on. Because you're not busy enough, you're comparing yourself to somebody else instead of working on yourself. How about if you stop comparing yourself to that person, you work on yourself and you might realize that, wow, there's all these things that I've been neglecting in my life. So comparing yourself to others is number three. So I've done three now. We're on a roll. Number four is you might think your opinion is not interesting enough. You might think that there's things, anything that you say is not of value. Again, that's you being quite negative on yourself. Some people need to do deep reflections on their life to see where this started from because this is not just a thought that just comes out of thin air. This is something that has built over time. So you need to actually reflect to see where has this started from. What was the first instant when I thought my opinion wasn't valuable? Maybe it's something in your past somebody said that it wasn't valuable, then you've internalized that, and over time, it's become your reality. But you can think your opinion is not valuable. Our opinion is valuable. We do have things that he wants us to say. Obviously, we have to use wisdom. Don't just open your mouth anyhow. You're talking left, right, center with no decorum. Have wisdom with it. But dismissing yourself and saying that your opinion is not good enough is a habit that actually destroys your confidence. So just know that the words that you say with wisdom and with decorum are important. They are important. So that's number four for you. Oof, I'm doing great here. Okay, I've got number five. I've got it down as diminishing your own worth. Now, how many people do this on a daily? They do this on a daily, and it could be through what they say about themselves or what they receive from other people, or even diminishing your own worth and even how you present yourself. Some people are not even paying any attention into how they present themselves, and that is you diminishing your own worth and value because you know you can be popping, put a little bit of effort, you can be popping. But some people literally don't care. They don't care. And presentation is so key. Presentation, a lot of people, the way they receive you is based on how they've seen you the first 5 seconds. And if you portray yourself in a certain light as someone that doesn't care about themselves, someone that doesn't pay attention to their hygiene, basic hygiene, you don't want to do, or what you're diminishing your own value through what you say about yourself. Even diminishing your own value, you can take it to the extent of what you put inside your body: toxins, alcohol, smoking, everyday fast food, 7 days of the week. you are diminishing your own value. Your body's a whole temple. So you have to make sure that you look after yourself. Look after yourself, and that will boost your confidence. I'm telling you, even some foods that you can have, having particular fruits and veg, can actually boost your mood and that sort of thing. So please don't diminish your own value. If there's one thing that you should focus on, don't diminish your own value. And I love this quote by C.S. Lewis, because people might think that, oh, if I value myself, it's me not being humble and that sort of thing. That's not even the case. There's this quote that I really love by C.S. Lewis, and it actually says, humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. So I love that, because people think for them to be humble, they have to be like thinking less of themselves and thinking that they're a bad person, and this is that, oh yeah, that's me being humble. No, that's totally wrong. I like the quote from C.S. Lewis, it's actually thinking of yourself less. So take that and work with that. Don't diminish your own value. Okay, the next one that I've got is, you set your bar too low. Like you tell people things about yourself, but the bar is in the bin. The bar is in the bin. You don't even rate yourself. Going back to one of the points I said earlier on, that you hate yourself, you don't even rate yourself. So the bar that you give yourself is literally in the bin. Like, it is in the bin. You have to put some respect on your own name, especially when you've got evidence of your achievements and things like that. Put some respect on your name. Yeah, I'm good at that. And it's not even you trying to be like cocky or anything like that. You'll rest assured in that. But a lot of people, they don't rate themselves. Their bar they put for themselves is very low, which means if your bar is like this year, you only have to achieve here. You only have to do the bare minimum. You only have to do a little bit more. But when you set your bar a bit higher, you have to aim higher. And it means that you have to try more, you have to put more effort in. Please, your bar should not be in the bin. This is the last day. If you heard this today, I'm telling you, this is the last day for your bar to be in the bin. It can't be in the bin. Your bar needs to be up, all the way up. Respect yourself. Have some respect for yourself. Okay? Capiche? And the next one that I have, this is one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I think it's the seventh one, is you blame yourself a lot. You blame yourself for a lot of things, even things that are absolutely not your fault at all. You will find a way to blame yourself. And that actually becomes like a defense mechanism. Oh, I'm not good at that because XYZ, XYZ. Because if you continue to blame yourself on a specific thing, you can actually end up avoiding it. So, you blaming yourself is actually diminishing your confidence. That is a very bad habit. Now, let's be objective, because sometimes there's a situation and you do have a part to play. I say everyone's got a part to play and a role to play. But if your character's default setting is you blaming yourself all the time, every single thing that happens in life that is outside your locus of control, you blame yourself. We have a big problem there. We have an absolute big problem there. What you have to do is objectively look at these situations. Maybe you have a part to play, and let's be honest, maybe you do have a part to play, but like I'm saying, your default setting is you blaming yourself for everything. That is a very bad defense mechanism. You are shutting yourself out to the world. So, number seven, a bad habit that you have that is destroying your confidence is you blaming yourself. Now, to overcome that, like I've been saying, look at it objectively. Look at the situation objectively. Remove all the feelings, because feelings are not helping you when you're trying to weigh your pros and cons of things like that. Look at the situation objectively. If you do have a part to play, fair, cool. You assess the situation at the time. But if you are blaming yourself for things that are outside your locus of control, then this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying a bad habit that is destroying your confidence. That's number seven. Number eight is you ruminate a lot. You ruminate on the negative things that people have said about you, or maybe an inaccurate perception that you have of yourself. You ruminate on that a lot, night and day. You're struggling to sleep because you're ruminating on the bad things that people have said about you. You're ruminating on the negative things that you have said about yourself. And night and day, this is keeping you pressed. You can't sleep. You're taking your melatonin tablets that have not worked because you want to get to sleep and you're not able to do so because you're busy ruminating. I work with a lot of people, like in my time as an OT, and there's a lot of people that struggle with sleep. And one thing that people don't realize, you have to be in a state of relaxation to be able to sleep successfully. And a lot of the times you're not relaxed because of what is going on in your mind. Your mind is racing. Your mind is racing so fast, and that is why you are struggling to fall asleep. And a lot of the time it's rumination of past events, rumination of how I behaved in a certain area, and you're doing that too much, and your mind can't rest. Now you have to get on certain tablets and pills and all of that to help you rest. It's a simple resolution. We have to look at the root of the problem, and the root of the problem is you need to control your thoughts. You need to control your thoughts. And one of them is looking at rumination. Are you ruminating over the same things over again? The more you do that, the more you are reducing your own confidence. So if you're struggling to sleep, I've always said to clients that I've worked with before as well, like when you're going to sleep, some people need to literally journal or brain dump or something at the end of the day to get the thoughts outside, because a lot of the time the thoughts are staying in, and it's a cycle. It's a cycle of events that are going around in your head, and you can't sleep because you're not settled in your mind. You're not settled in your mind. So you need an outlet of some sort to kind of help you to stop this. So then you'd be like this. So then you can rest. So you don't need all your medication. Yeah. Get me this studio. Get me this studio. Sign a petition to get me a studio. Yeah. Um, what I was saying, yeah, you need your mind to be like this. Get it back to a place where it's calm, and then you'll be able to sleep. Then you won't need all your medication. Obviously, there's other reasons. I'm not saying that's the only reason. So please don't come attack me and say, "Oh, I've got this thing wrong with me." Blah 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 blah. I'm not saying that this is the only reason, but I'm saying this is one of the reasons as well. Rumination, and this can actually destroy your confidence. Now, last but not least is, and I'm actually guilty of this because I've done this before, is throwing the compliments back. Like, I was bad for this. I was so bad for this. Like, it used to be bad to the point where if someone gave me a compliment, I had to give you a compliment straight away back because I wasn't trying to hear it. I wasn't trying to hear it. And then I had to actually have a conversation with myself and say, why can't I just accept people's compliments? Like, what's wrong? Is there an element of disbelief in these compliments? And you have to actually G check yourself. And that requires a certain level of self awareness that you need to be able to do that. So, with that being said, you need to be able to sit in that compliment. And I had to actually do that for a while for me to kind of get over it. Now it's fine. It's not, I used to be terrible. Like if someone said, "Oh, I like your shirt. Oh, I love your shoes. Oh my gosh." And I make a big deal out of it so they don't bring the attention back to my shirt or something like that. But I had to learn if someone said, "I like your shirt. Thank you." And sit in it. Sit in it. Initially it's very uncomfortable because it's like, oh gosh, like what is all of this? This is a lot. And like the C.S. Lewis quote that I really love, it's humility is not thinking less of yourself. So me thinking less of myself was me not, I was not being humble by doing that. And nobody's being humble by doing that, to be honest. So I had to sit in that compliment and sit in it until I got comfortable. So the more I did that, the more that I practiced that, it became a lot easier. Now if someone throws a compliment or whatever, you receive it with thanks and grace to say thank you. But obviously, attribute it to the Lord because it's because of the Lord that I look like this. Okay? So sitting in that compliment is very, very important. And don't keep dashing compliments back. If you're dashing it back, let it be truthful, but also accept your own, because just deflecting and throwing one back just to remove the attention from yourself, that's very telling. And like I said, I had to go through this for me to kind of understand that, oh, maybe I don't actually believe what that person is saying. So I had to G check myself and come correct. So now, if someone gives you a compliment, you're not too quick to throw them back. Sit in it. Take it. Thank you. Thank you. Danksha. Whatever language that you want to say thank you. Say your thank you. You know? But it's all because of the Lord. Okay? So I think I gave you 9. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've given you 9. If it wasn't 9, then I'm sorry. The plan was to give 9. And I gave you 9. I'm sure about that. I'm positive about that. So those are 9 habits that are destroying your confidence. Now, what I want you to do with this information is take it, assess yourself, what things out, how many did you get out of 9? Because if you got 9 out of 9, you've got some work to do. And if you want to be coached by me, the link is in the description. You can get my free 21-day confidence workbook. It is free. Like I keep telling you people, it is free. And you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share it with your people them. And I will see you on the next video. Actually, before I go, if you want to know where these are from, because these are from my brand actually, and I know you guys will love them because I'm going to show you something cool. These actually fold. These actually fold. So I don't think you guys have ever seen something like this before. Where they fold. So they're foldable, and I absolutely love them. These are the polarized ones. Obviously, we have to represent. We have to represent. And I always say to people, "How do you pronounce that?" Because people are asking me, "Stace, how do you pronounce it?" So you can get these on my business website, and yeah, I'm still kind of rebranding. Taking a long time, taking a very long time. But yeah, that's all from me, party people. Until next time, ciao.